Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Healthback, Taking Back Your Health. Today I want to talk about vitamin C and everything that I keep getting questions about, the dosage and what you can use it for, things like that. So first of all, I just want to say that vitamin C has definitely saved me when it comes to being ill from colds and flus, and it's so effective. Now, where people go wrong with this is how much to take and reaching a tolerance level, which I'll go through now. So, how much vitamin C should you take? Well, first of all, if you take far too much, this will result in very loose stools, and I think anyone who's taken it has always experienced this. Luckily, as soon as you reduce this dosage, the diarrhea or loose stool will stop. Maybe not immediately until the body gets rid of it, but it will dissipate, so don't worry about that. But generally, when it comes to dosage, it depends on how sick or stressed you are, because you'd need a lot more vitamin C before you eat something which is called bowel intolerance. Basically, bowel intolerance is indicated by gas, stomach rumbling, or slightly loose stool. So when you reach your bowel intolerance, this is a sign to back off the extra vitamin C. So this is where you stop your load for vitamin C. Continue to take vitamin C, but take less and less often. So when you're sick, you need more. When you're healthy, you need less. Now I'll go into this a bit more detail, just to clarify dosages and what I do to clarify everything. I take between 8,000 and 10,000 milligrams of ascorbic acid orally a day when I am healthy. I take far more when I'm under stress or if I'm really sick. And I may take up to 100,000 milligrams of vitamin C in a day, because really what we're told is only take a certain amount, but to be very effective for being healthy or for being sick, you can take really high dosage. So for example, even children can take vitamin C. And how you work that out is about 1,000 milligrams per day per year of age. But you level it off at 10,000 milligrams per day. Obviously, when this comes to the age, that means when they're 10 years of age. But when they are ill, they will receive far more. For example, in good health, a 5-year-old would get 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day, and perhaps 25,000 milligrams per day when sick. But this is very important. Always divide the doses of vitamin C and take it throughout the day. As most of us had learned, or if you're new to taking it, you will get side effects such as loose stool from it. What sort of frequency and dose? Well, I'll explain a bit about myself taking it. When I'm sick, I may start the day with 8,000 milligrams and then take 2,000 to 4,000 milligrams every hour until I experienced saturation, indicated by rumbling tummy or loose stool. Once saturation is reached, I may still have some symptoms of illness, but they are improved and I feel much better. I will continue to take saturation level doses of vitamin C until I am symptom free, and yes, sometimes it may take a few days depending on how sick I am. When I am healthy, I regularly take 8,000 to 10,000 milligrams per day in divided doses. Approximately 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams at each meal. If you're going to use sodium ascorbate, you don't have to take this with meals because it doesn't generally cause stomach upset so much as ascorbic acid does. So you can take this between meals, but I've always taken the ascorbic acid with meals, and generally don't have any problems at all. If I did take it all at once, it'd probably be coming straight back out the back end, to be honest. But when I am sick, I can hold a very large amount of vitamin C, so I can take much larger doses. So for instance, if you have cold or flu, bowel intolerance doses for a mild cold could be somewhere between 30,000 milligrams to 60,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day, given in divided doses. A person with a severe cold might take 60,000 to 100,000 milligrams per day before reaching bowel intolerance. And for instance, for the flu, it could be up to 150,000 milligrams daily in divided dosage to achieve bowel intolerance. Now, these are the sort of dosages I've taken, so it may be different for you, as we're not all the same. So these are kind of guidelines for you. I will stick up a chart towards the end of the video which goes through the bowel intolerance dosage, and it's done with ascorbic acid and over a period of 24 hours. So it will give you how many grams per hour, or how many dosages you'll take in that 24 hours. So for instance, according to this chart, a normal condition, you take between 4 to 15 grams over a 24-hour period, divided into 4 to 6 dosages. So the list goes on quite a bit, so what I'll do is at the end of the video I'll put this list of dosages there, but it doesn't necessarily mean these will work for you 100%. You may need more, you may need less, but it's a good chart to start with and will definitely benefit you, rather than trying to eyeball dosages and guess, and either it's ineffective or it's causing you problems, and therefore you think, oh, this is no good, this is hurting me, I'll stop. The idea is not to stop, is to have some well-informed dosages and information, and therefore you can work through it, and it will be a great success in overcoming not just colds and flus, but side effects from vaccinations, to cancers, to even candida, to histamine. I mean, I've taken vitamin C to combat histamine levels when I've had reactions to aged meats, because that causes me histamine release, and I'd get all the usual rashes on my face and the white spots and stuff like that. And taking high dosage of vitamin C got rid of it. So it's got so many health benefits, and it's such a good alternative to just taking antibiotics or antihistamines, which are full of chemicals and make you drowsy or feel nauseous. So vitamin C, definitely recommend that. So this leads me on to what form and when to take vitamin C. I've gone through several brands, and I'm not going to recommend a brand right here and right now because I don't have any at hand. But best thing to do is make sure it hasn't got any artificial sweeteners, colours or flavours, because you want it as pure as possible, and it's quite easy to do to get it pure. It's only the ones where people just have to make a little bit more of an effort to put it in juice or, you know, encapsulate it themselves or whatever, but added sugar and all these things are not the best thing. If you are to overcome the taste, use juices, for instance. I mean, don't have a whole glass, just have enough to disguise the taste and to make it easy to swallow. So what I do is, when I find some new brands, I want to try these out. What I'll do is I'll email the companies to ask questions about ingredients and potency. I'll read and compare lots of labels and choose the best possible and the most affordable. That's why I use ascorbic acid, because it's very cheap and you get a lot for it. And also I read reviews. Okay, so I have used various forms of vitamin C, and all effective. I've used capsules to tablets to chewables to powders and liposomal C, which is really good, but it's really expensive. And at the dosages, for me, it wasn't cost effective. So now I just use ascorbic acid, and I was using sodium ascorbate, but I'll stop using that as well because I'm fine on ascorbic acid as long as I stick to the intolerance and have it with food. I never seem to have a problem. But you may be different. So this is why this will definitely help you, because I was completely lost. When I first started doing it, you know, you just go by the guidelines, but you don't really get the benefits, and then you overdo it and you get the disadvantages. You know, so slightly loose stool is fine, but when you're getting like full on water, you know, you've overdone it and you just think you can't take ascorbic acid. But for me, it's just like so cost effective, and you can have really high dosages. And don't get me wrong, if you can afford to get IV vitamin C, it's really good, and you can go to a clinic and get it done. And it's what a lot of patients do for cancers. They have very high dosages injected into them, and it reduces their tumours. And you know, it's very effective. But you know, I don't have cancer and tumours, and I don't have the money to do IVs. But ascorbic acid is so cheap, and as long as you're not just buying any willy-nilly brand off the internet, and it could be, you know, God knows what it is, as long as you've fully researched it, like I do with everything before I ingest it, because obviously it is your body and not everything is good for you or effective. So please be safe when you're taking these things on, and do research. I will suggest some powders if requested. Even do a video of like the top 5 which I've used. But what I will do is leave you with the bowel intolerance dosages at the end. So you can then go off if you want to choose to find your own vitamin C, but have this as a guideline so you've got some structure to what you're doing. And I know this is going to help you in every day of life, because it's not a one-off. This is what you take all the time. Also, I'm going to do a video on magnesium, on niacin, and some other vitamins, just so you can safely take them and realise, but they are good for you, and if done right, very effective. Anyway guys, I hope you found this informative. I hope you liked it. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and hopefully you'll subscribe to my channel, because I'm trying to grow it all the time and reach further afield, to help and guide people out there to overcome illnesses, and leave any comments if something that makes sense, if you want to know more about something, even if you just like the video. I am more than happy to help as much as I can, and I look forward to hearing from you. Alright, thanks guys.